The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. Purgatory is the second of the three canticas in Dante's work. According to Catholic tradition, this is where the souls of those who have died in peace with God go, but who still need to be cleansed of sin. We do not find direct mention of purgatory in the Bible. It speaks only of hell and heaven. Purgatory is a concept that was specifically developed within Catholicism. It was recognized at the Second Council of Lyon and the Council of Ferrara, Florence, although the term itself appeared in the 12th century. The souls in purgatory can be aided by prayers so that they can more quickly become ready to enter heaven. But the most important goal of their time there is the formation of a new, purified will toward the good. In Dante's time, purgatory was perceived by the general populace as a very frightening place. Hell was reserved for the utterly depraved villains who did not repent of their sins or did not believe in God at all, while the torments of purgatory awaited every average person of that era. One could say that there was a kind of infernalization of purgatory. People believed that the sufferings experienced in purgatory differed from those in hell, only in that they were not eternal. According to medieval beliefs, the soul went to hell if a person died in a state of mortal sin. As is known, there are 7 mortal sins, yet during one's life the soul could be ensnared by one of them. And depending on how deeply the sin consumed the will, the soul would go either to hell or to purgatory. What else distinguishes purgatory from hell? Upon leaving hell, Dante finally sees the sky, for purgatory begins precisely with it. Alighieri describes its color as sapphire. In the Middle Ages, sapphire was considered a stone with purifying properties. Before Dante, purgatory was perceived as an underground abode, but thanks to Alighieri, this perception changed. Purgatory became the antechamber of heaven. In purgatory, Dante also sees light, and with the onset of darkness, all life on the mountain of purgatory comes to a halt, meaning that penance is only possible during the day. Dante's purgatory becomes not a place of punishment, but a place of hope. Before Dante, it was believed that souls in purgatory could not change their will, but in his work they can. Dante is the architect of purgatory, as he created the geography, structure, and conceptual image of this space. According to Dante, whose view contrasted with the medieval tradition, purgatory is a mountain located on the other side of the earth. It formed on the opposite side of the place where Lucifer fell. The mountain of purgatory is divided into 7 terraces, and there is also an anti-purgatory and paradise which crowns the mountain. The first 3 terraces are the most difficult, as Dante considered these 3 sins the gravest. In purgatory, just like in hell, there is a guardian. Here, it is Cato the Younger, a pagan and a suicide, an opponent of Caesar's dictatorship and a defender of freedom. Even during his lifetime, he was the embodiment of morality. Cato is placed in purgatory and not in hell because he died without denying the value of life. The presence of a pagan in purgatory signifies that this text is about mercy. Here, Virgil washes Dante's face from the grime accumulated during his journey through hell. Before the entrance to purgatory, there is a special place for those who repented at the moment of death, the anti-purgatory. Even those excommunicated and cursed by the church are here. Dante meets King Manfred, who repents upon receiving a fatal wound. When asked how an excommunicated person ended up here, Manfred replies that the Lord accepts anyone willing to turn to him. Dante also meets Count Bonconte in the anti-purgatory, who, having been shot in the throat with an arrow, was saved by remembering the Virgin Mary. On the first terrace of purgatory, the proud bear heavy stones, which allude to the myth of Sisyphus. In other words, Dante shows the futility of pride. Interestingly, Dante himself classified himself among the proud. On the second terrace, the envious have their eyes sewn shut with iron threads. They literally see nothing more, because when they had sight and looked upon the world, which is God's creation, it brought them no joy due to being blinded by envy. On the third terrace, the wrathful walk in thick smoke allegorically indicates the impossibility of seeing anything clearly with an angry gaze. On the fourth terrace, Dante places the slothful, who spent their lives in apathy and laziness, but now they are in a hurry. They run, which, like on the previous terraces, prevents them from seeing the sky. On the fifth terrace, the greedy lie face down, unable to see the sky because they are fixated on the ground. These souls try to shed their evil. Here, Dante meets Pope Adrian V, who spent barely over a month as Pope and now atones for the sins of his worldly ambitions. It is worth noting that Dante spends 3 nights on the mountain of purgatory, during which he has dreams. On the 5th terrace, he dreams of a repulsive woman who tries to seduce the poet by transforming into a beautiful siren. Virgil, interpreting the dream, tells Dante that it was a witch, symbolizing the 3 mortal sins, which are atoned for on the 3 upper terraces of purgatory: avarice, gluttony, and lust. Here, Dante and Virgil also witness the mountain shake. This occurred when, having been purified, one of the souls passed from purgatory into paradise. On the 6th terrace, Dante meets the gluttonous, suffering from emaciation. Their appearance resembles skeletons. They cannot eat the fruit or drink from the nearby waterfall. They, like the others, are not yet worthy to see the sky. With their sunken eyes, they only see the fruits that are inaccessible to them. On the seventh and final terrace, the lustful wander in the raging flames. Their souls burn in fire, and therefore also cannot see the sky. Dante tells these souls that he is here to no longer be blind. Alighieri considered excessive love to be the least serious sin. Unlike Paolo and Francesca, who are in hell, the love of the souls here is not criminal. For Dante, love is the beginning of good and evil. Love inclined the proud towards hatred, the envious and the wrathful. To the slothful it was insufficient, and excessive love for money, food and carnal instincts also led souls to sin. At the summit of Mount Purgatory, before entering Eden, Dante must undergo the purifying torments that he had previously only observed. Dante and Virgil find themselves in front of a wall of flame separating Purgatory from Paradise. In this fire, souls rid themselves of original sin, the cause of Adam and Eve's expulsion from Paradise. Dante is afraid to walk through the flames, but Virgil tries to convince him that the fire contains not the danger of death, but the possibility of life. Nevertheless, Dante does not move. Then Virgil tells Alighieri that the flames are the barrier between Beatrice and Dante, reminding him of the purpose of this entire journey. Now Dante is ready, but Virgil, as a guide, still goes first. Thus, Dante finds himself in Eden. Here, apocalyptic mysteries of history are revealed to him. He sees a complex mystical procession reflecting medieval concepts of salvation history, from Genesis to Revelation. However, before this, we witness the dramatic moment of Dante's farewell to Virgil, his teacher, with whom Dante has been together from the very beginning. Virgil tells Alighieri that they have reached the limit beyond which he, a pagan, cannot step. Virgil, being the embodiment of reason, cannot grasp the divine mystery, because reason alone is not enough. Now Dante must go on his own, trusting his will and heart. During their farewell, Virgil does not speak about himself, but his words convey an incredible sadness at the separation and the necessity of returning to limbo. Virgil disappears, but Dante does not notice his absence immediately. When it finally dawns on him, Dante begins to shed tears. This means that even paradise itself and its beautiful garden cannot heal the grief of losing Virgil. In Eden, where one cannot help but be happy, Dante bitterly weeps.